FL2K was amazing. It was so much fun. One thing that I like about FL2K is there's a variety of different cars there. The 1050 Index had like imports, street cars, they had V8s. It was just a good mixture of cars. And it was a bit of an easier field than Orlando Speed World because the 10.0 Index in Orlando Speed World, everybody runs 10.0. Like 90% of the cars there run 10.0 on the dot. And it just comes down to whoever is better at the tree, best reaction time makes the driver. I just like that because it makes you a more well-rounded driver. The competition is steep, you have to come with your game. FL2K was a bit more relaxed. It was much more fun of a race, not so much having to be so aggressive, determined, on your P's and Q's. You could actually relax, have fun, talk to other drivers, have a good time. Starting off Saturday morning, whenever we went to load the car in, I just had oil pour down my driveway and all in the street, just a giant puddle of oil. Whenever I put my oil filter on, the tool that I was using, I guess I just clamped it too hard and broke. I guess the oil filter was really thin, the brand that I was using, so it just crushed it, left some holes in it, and all my oil poured out on the ground. Scared the hell out of me whenever I went to load it up in the car because it was already 6 a.m. and I had to be there at FL2K by 10 to check the car. So we just took out the spark plugs and checked them out. They're running kind of lean. So we took out the injectors and somebody has an injector cleaning machine here. So we're gonna go clean them and put them back in. The first pass wasn't that great, kind of fell on its face again. So hopefully this resolves the issue and we'll see how we do in the second round of qualifying. So first round of qualifying, my car was running on 3 cylinders because one of my injectors was actually stuck. So we went and cleaned them and we're ready for round 2 of qualifying. Going into my second round of qualifying, I was a little bit skeptical because the car wasn't really running right from before, and then going into the staging lanes, it still kind of had a little bit of breakup. So I just decided to do a full send. I had to qualify something better than the 22 seconds that I did last round. So we ended up doing a 10.73. So I'm thinking that might place us in the top 10. So let's have our fingers crossed, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, so the 1050 index ended up being a 41 car class. They ended up not doing a ladder, just too many cars. So pretty much qualifying is irrelevant. I qualified 16. That means there's a significant amount of cars that are running in the ballpark of 1050. I was at number 16 with the 10.7. So there was a steep competition. Day 2 of FL2K, we are about to go up for our first round of elimination. Confident about the car, so let's see if we can pass first round.
Yeah, I think I could leave that in one category or one category only. I have actually met somebody that I'm going to actually marry at a racetrack next year. We'll get back to that here in just a minute. Here comes your second little pocket rocket Nissan. Let's hope this one has better luck than the last one. Yes, sir. No more fumbles. No more fumbles. No more whammies. Stop. Yeah, right there over there in the right lane. Beautiful. Pearl right. Pushes through the beams. And, well, he doesn't set the tree, so he will not win. But left lane, still, well, he's playing it good. Yeah, we got it. 1050. Yeah, he can run it out the back door if he wants, and he does. 1037, that's okay, though, because, again, this is an index-based class. And as we found out, you can run it out the back door when you have a red light or you have an opponent throw.
So we just won first round of eliminations. We did a 10.37 letting off. Let's see if we can win the next round and do a 10.50. I ended up going against one of the brand new 400Zs. For some reason, I think he just rolled through the light. I can imagine that those cars are incredibly hard to stage. So when I noticed that he red lit, I just did a full send pass to see if I could get to that 10.50 where I needed to be at track wise, and like what my game plan was for the rest of the rounds. I ended up running a 10.37. I was having throttle body issues, so we went back to the pits to try to see what was going on, if there was anything that we could adjust. Definitely something that I'm gonna have to look over before Orlando Speed World's World Sport Compact event.
I'll let that buzz by. And it's a 4-prop plane, yeah. Here he comes. Something maybe name your baby after him, I don't know. Might need somebody to put it up there in some point. Exactly.
2023 Explorer against a 1998 Honda. Only going to see it here at FL2K.
And this little Explorer is a world record holder.
Whoa, had somebody go over the wall. Somebody just fell over the wall. I hope he's okay. Samantha Nelson and Cyril Rowley rolling down the racetrack, and it looks like the Honda out in front. And the Honda goes 11-20.
Second round was absolutely insane. I went against an SUV. He ended up trying to play the tree game with me because I staged real fast to build boost. I was on my two-step for at least a minute and a half. It felt like, I guess he was trying to get me to give up or like blow up my car, or maybe pretty much I'm just guessing that he was trying to get me to mess up my car by being on two-step too long. And I promise you that on two-step I will stay there forever. I will FaceTime my mom, I will book a hair appointment, I will make a sandwich, and I'm still gonna send it. I will be on two-step all day long and I'm never gonna give up. So just so you guys know. I ended up getting him off the tree, and then he lurched in front of me because he's all-wheel drive. It took me time to gain traction to get in front of him. I kind of like slingshotted in front of him. I got a good distance on him, and I think I noticed that he was nowhere to be found. So by third gear, I pretty much let off and just was coasting down the track because I turned around. It seemed like, I don't know what happened with his car, but maybe he just stopped. A lot of you guys might have seen the post that I posted on Instagram of the guy doing like a front flip off the track, because in the second round, whenever I was going to stage in, there was a guy pretty much recording with a cell phone, and the track officials were next to me yelling to get him off the track. This man did like a front flip over the barrier, like a head front flip over the barrier. Phone went flying. That could have cost me my whole entire race. So we just won round 2 of elimination. I went against the Ford Explorer and beat him. He pretty much stopped half track, and then I just let off. We did 11-3. Now they put us into an official ladder. I think I'm going against the Chevy Nova. He's pretty consistent, so I got to be on it, try to get out in front of him. Just to make sure that I do a good light. Unfortunately, we just lost the third round of eliminations because I bogged on the line. I didn't have enough time to build boost. I treated him, but it just wasn't enough. I just treated or staged way too quick. So at least I'm prepared for Orlando Speed World in 2 weeks, so I hope to see you guys there. So third round, I went into the water box. The A90 class was in front of us, and I was the first of the 1050 class to run. The A90s were taking a long time to stage. They were just not moving, neither of them. So by the time I had already been in the water box waiting, by the time it was time for me to do a burnout, my tires were dry, so my car died. So they backed me up really quick and I did my second burnout. Second burnout felt great. I went to go in, the other guy was already pretty much in the beams. So I went, lit my first bulb, and I was trying to build boost. I was bumping in, and then as soon as I bumped in, I was all the way on boost. I treed him, but then my car just completely died. I don't know if it was just the fact that I didn't build enough boost or I dumped my clutch too fast. I'm not sure what it was, but the car just pretty much died. Not something that I'm pretty much used to that happening. It's just very frustrating. The good thing about this event is I learned a lot about the car, kind of formulate a game plan for Orlando Speed World. I can't wait to run the 10.0 index. That's my natural habitat. That's the fastest my car has ever been. So I'm gonna be prepared for that, and I can't wait to see you guys there.